Bro, I can't get over how much better this lighting looks. Like,
Yeah, no, you look hot as hell.
I am sexy, bro. I am sexy.
I should keep brizzing on my camera to make sure it's working.
Welcome to the Set the Bars podcast.
Oh, we're starting?
I don't know. I just
That's
I
the
just
intro,
looked
alright.
into I just looked into
I'm
my
ready to
camera and
start
said
That's
it.
the intro.
All right. Well, we're back. Episode 2 of Set the Bars. I'm pretty proud of how episode 1 went, and I bet the fellas feel the same way.
Thank you for all the love on episode 1, guys. Really appreciate it.
Of course. Again, just to familiarize, because we're still only on episode 2. I am Daniel, and we also have Matt and Ethan with us.
Hola!
Yo.
That's the exact same thing you said in episode
Yo.
1. Yo.
Yo.
It's so tough.
So we got some stuff to talk about, and it's music. It's music, that's for sure.
We got some topics.
The first thing is, we're recording this on the day that Vultures by Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign finally decided to release. And I mean,
This is what?
I don't know how we want to get into this.
This is like,
but
what, 2 months overdue?
something like that.
I think more
So,
than that. Was it December 23rd,
waiting-
the first drop day? I don't remember exactly.
I don't remember
Maybe.
exactly either. But we were waiting a long time for it. It finally came out. And okay, let's go around and give our general thoughts. Like maybe rate it out of 10 off of like your first or second listen.
Okay.
I'll go first. Personally, I'm giving it like a 5. I'm not feeling it.
I'm not mad at that. It wasn't amazing.
Matt, you wanna? Yeah. What are you thinking out of 10?
I'll give it like a 6.5.
Okay. And what
There
about you?
were some
Ethan?
good songs.
Oh, sorry, my bad. That's my bad.
You're good.
I don't know. I'm a Kanye fan. I'd say like a 6.5 to a 7 is a good rating for it.
I see.
I agree.
What was your hit to miss ratio? Like how many songs did you like out of it?
Oh.
Out of the 16 tracks.
I'd say like half, but like
Count.
half that I actually liked, and then some were like decent where they're listenable. But then there was maybe
Yeah,
like 4 or
I get
5
what
that I
you're
wouldn't
saying.
listen back.
I have 9. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
I only have 6.
Okay. That's fair.
But that's
fair.
not much.
fair.
That's not much less than half. It's not. We're in like a similar.
We're
range.
all like there's a little
Yeah.
fluctuation.
Matt's 1 more than half. Ethan's about half. He said, and I'm 2 less than half.
That's not bad.
But for me, I feel like you know what it is. When I think about what I like in Kanye's music, I always look at older shit, and I think about the fact that he will never be able to make not only an album as good as, but an album of the same vibe as the College Dropout or Late Registration.
Yeah.
Which it's just unfortunate because I think that's the style that he really shines in. That or like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is just more like grandiose and cinematic. But either way, he's just not going back to it. Like since Donda, he's just had a weirder style to him. Either weirder or honestly, I like gospel influence in music, but I think it goes too hard into that sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
I have an opinion. I mean, you can't expect him to make music like that again. Some of those albums are older than 10 years old. The rap game
that's
has
true.
changed extremely. But
That's
I mean,
true.
what was it? I think even previous to Dawn, I mean, like what Yeezus wasn't even really like similar to any of those. So it's been a while.
That's true. That's
you can't
true.
expect it. Like I don't know. I like the way it
I would-
sounded. It was different than any other Kanye album for the most
Yeah,
part.
I would
Yeah.
argue that the transition in sound isn't necessarily because of a change in the rap game as much as it is a change of him as an artist.
It's
because
both.
if you think about change in rap game, a lot of the stuff that worked in the 90s will still work now. I think a very good example of that, if you look side by side, Illmatic by Nas, which came out in 94, and 1999 by Joey Badass, in terms of energy and vibes, and also how good they are. I know it's kind of crazy to make that comparison. I love 1999, but they are both very similar and very strong. And 1999 came out, what, 2012?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, that's 18 years later. I think stylistically, even if somebody were to drop something like that now, it would go crazy, you know?
That's both New York rap too, though. Like
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
True.
Definitely true. What were your guys' most notable songs on Vultures?
Matt, you go first.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I actually really liked "Beg Forgiveness." I liked Chris
Really?
Brown on it.
Really?
But
I'll be
that,
honest,
like-
that was one of my least favorite tracks. Isn't
Once-
that the one that was like 6 minutes long?
Yeah. But I also wrote that like Kanye just should not have been on it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he did not match the vibe at all.
That's how
Yeah,
I
I
feel about
I totally get what you're saying.
That one was good. I really liked what the fuck was it called? Carnival.
No, Carnival
Yo.
was good. I actually
Yo,
really liked
Rich
both
the
of the Cardi
Kid?
features.
Rich the Kid went
Yeah,
crazy.
Rich the Kid's hook was so good for no reason. Also, I want to point out, I liked both of the Cardi features.
I
quite a bit.
think both of the beats that he was on just worked for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That one I really liked. I'm trying to think. I kind of Paid was like it was good. I wouldn't say it was like a standout for me. But I guess it was really Fuck Some and Carnival. Those were probably my two favorites.
Mm-hmm. You know what's throwing me off right now, just like looking through the track list? I have stuff added. I can show this. I have stuff added, and it doesn't say explicit on it, but they are explicit versions because I listened through it. But when I look it up,
everything's every song is explicit.
Yeah, every song is explicit, but it also says I don't have any of them in my library.
It's on Spotify now, which I'm happy about.
Which means it's a
Yeah.
different version. So I don't know, but just thought I'd point that out. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, no,
but yeah,
was
Fuck Some
strange.
was so good, and this is the thing that I was like, oh, we'll talk about it when we get into the pod.
Mm-hmm.
The Travis verse was, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was unnecessary.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. I
Quavo's
would have
part
preferred
was
Quavo.
way, yeah, like Quavo's performance, I literally, like, I knew he was on it and I didn't remember what it sounded like. After I listened to it and I was like, oh, they did get rid of Quavo for Travis. I listened to the Quavo verse. It's so much better. And Fuck Some was still one of the songs that I liked off the album.
Yeah.
I would say, in terms of just raw rapping, though, in terms of like the old Kanye kind of style, Burn was probably
Oh my
one of
god,
my
Burn
favorites.
was so smooth.
Yeah.
That shit was so fire.
Yeah, I really liked Burn. Burn was a strong performance from both of them.
I like the like electric like shit from I guess electric would be the word from Paperwork.
Yeah, I love Paperwork.
Oh my god, I
think
like Paperwork.
is a
Again,
really good song.
Quavo did his thing for like
Bro,
he just hopped on
Quavo
and
was
just did his thing.
slided on that shit.
I
I think
don't know if-
Paperwork was probably the best on the album.
Paperwork-
Paperwork
was one of the
is
best.
definitely a top 3. My top 3 are actually I can narrow it down to a top 4 between Paperwork, Burn, Fuck Some, and Carnival. I don't know which is my favorite though. It might be Burn though. I think Burn might be my favorite, but Paperwork is probably number 2. I think the Quavo verse on Paperwork is one of the biggest highlights in the entire album, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I remember because looking through the track list, why I decided to give it a 5 out of 10. Because again, there were 10 songs that I did not really like that much, and I realized when I went to listen to it for a second time, I was like not looking forward to listening to any of the songs again, other than the ones I added to my playlist. Like, I wasn't
Fair.
looking forward to getting a further opinion on them, especially with something like Beg Forgiveness, although I do agree the introductory part with Chris Brown was pretty good. It goes on to be like 4.5 minutes of boredom.
Like slog on a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
It just kept repeating. It was like we could have been ended this.
Yeah, and the one thing that bothers me, the outro sounded really nice, but I just can't listen to a song where the hook involves him saying, "Yeah, I'm anti-Semitic, but I'm still the king."
What is it like? Crazy bipolar anti-Semitic.
Yes, I think that's what he
Yeah,
says.
that he's a menace.
I
for
thought
that.
it was pretty funny.
It's ridiculous.
There was a lot of like shit that he said on this that just made me start fucking laughing.
Well,
Yeah.
I have different opinions than you guys actually, like very different. I don't know. I really
Go
like
ahead.
Problematic. I thought it was a good song. No one's brought it up.
I
though.
didn't.
The sample
hate-
was valid.
Yeah, I didn't hate Problematic. I didn't love it, but it definitely wasn't like, oh my god.
The
I would
lyrics
never
were a
listen to
bit
this again.
questionable.
Now, another song
Yeah.
that when it came on I really liked was Keys to My Life, the second track on the album. I thought
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very
Actually,
good.
that was one
No
of the
one
ones
brought
that
it
I
up.
added to my playlist.
Yeah, no,
out
it
of out of the 4 that I mentioned before, I said I only really liked 6. The other 2 were Keys to My Life and Do It, which honestly I don't remember what it sounded like off the
No
top of my
Hood
head right
Rat.
now. But
Nobody liked Hood Rat.
Fuck no.
I didn't hate it.
I hated
actually,
it. I hated
I'll be
it.
honest. You know what it was for me actually. At first, I really did not like that vocal sample, but then it grew on me and became the only thing that I liked about the song. I didn't really like the rest of it.
I really
hated
liked
Hood Rat.
Talking. Talking was very good. Not gonna cap.
You
That
think
shit was
so?
gas.
bestie, Miss
I can't.
Westie.
I cannot. I cannot.
Yeah, shit's
with
so
that
tough.
song.
Nah, because
But
we talked about this the other day off
Yeah,
air,
we
and
did.
Daniel was like, Adonis is better than this. Shut your bitch ass up.
No.
You're crazy.
I will be honest. There's no way.
That's
No,
devious.
But no, I do not like the Northwest verse at all.
No,
I
I'm
think it's
being
one
a
of the
shitter.
better parts.
I've
Yeah, you're
heard the
good.
North verse so many times from leaks. I didn't realize that he was gonna have his own verse on the song.
Kanye?
Did he
Yeah.
really? He kind of just
No.
repeated.
He
Wasn't
repeated
it?
the hook that Ty Dolla Sign had in the
Yeah.
last 30 seconds. That was it. It was a Northwest
it
Ty
was-
Dolla Sign song.
Yeah.
And I didn't hate the Ty Dolla Sign half of
I
the
didn't
song,
like.
but it was
I
just-
didn't
it
like
kept
the part where
repeating.
he like upped his pitch a bit. It threw me
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Where he was like, "What the fuck does he say?" Where he's like, "I am having been the wrong influence." It just he upped the pitch for no reason.
Yeah.
It's like ugh.
But I don't mind the whole once again the clouds are
Oh, no,
gathering.
it was-
like
I liked
it's
it.
it's
Yeah, it was
all right.
good.
Yeah, it's not bad. But again, that's like the entire second half of the song is just that being said a lot, and then the end, Kanye West is like, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to be on the song. Let me say it a few times."
There were a few songs that felt like he was like a DJ Khaled.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And he was
Actually.
just bringing the people together and
I
really
mean-
not doing shit.
It's probably a good thing if he's stepping
Yeah.
away.
With his fucking lyrics, dude. Yeah.
Also, I don't remember if either of you remember what song it is. One example of this being the worst writing. The two obvious ones
I
are
already
like
know what you're
the
gonna
"How
say.
I'm anti-Semitic, I just fucked a Jewish bitch." That one everyone already knows. That's one of the weakest bars he's ever said.
Fucked a Jewish bitch.
And then the jokey joke and brokey
That was a
broke.
jokey joke. What about
What
the
song
fucking
was that?
Burger King shit? I know it wasn't on
Well,
here, but
yeah, that wasn't on here. And I also think I know Kanye West is like
You're the
has
king.
lost his
Burger
mind,
King.
but that's obviously a joke.
Yeah.
And I think it's hilarious. Like I actually really like that song, and I'm annoyed that they didn't get the
Nah,
sample cleared,
the
but also I
part-
understand.
He says like unpaid, and it like I was vibing, and then I just hear, "Old stomach is the new ass." I was like, what? Huh?
Also, I'll be honest. The what's it called? The song with Freddie Gibbs. What was the name of it?
Oh my god.
I can't remember. I keep
It's
having the wrong.
isn't it
Back to Me. Back
yeah.
to Me. I cannot stand anything on that song except for the Freddie Gibbs verse. The
I like
beautiful but naked big titty women just don't fall out the
No,
sky. You know.
that shit is gas.
That's so tough.
That
He
was
does-
he
gas.
doesn't. He no.
Alright,
I'm not.
He says
I'm not,
it too much. I'll be real. It gets
I'm not
repetitive.
disagreeing,
But,
but
bro,
he repeats it so.
No, that's
much.
real. That's real.
BNW, JDFOTSYK. Fuck is you talking about? Beautiful big titty but naked women just don't fall out of the sky, you know.
That shit's real.
I mean, I'm not saying it's
just
not real,
tough.
but like he says it like 8 times in a row.
I
It
wrote a
takes
little-
up, like, over a
Deservedly.
minute.
I wrote a little note and I was like, "Come on, Kanye, you say you're a creative genius. What is this?"
That was immaculate. That was the best part of the album for me. I was just sitting
Such
there.
a high and low.
I had a meeting today from 1 to 3, and it was like with one of my classes,
Uh-huh.
which sucks on a fucking Saturday. But I'm sitting there listening to the
That's
album,
cheap.
not really paying attention to anything because I knew I had to like listen before this.
Mhm.
And I heard that part come on, and I was just geeked up in this class meeting. I thought it was so good and funny. Like I was like, holy shit.
I do have to say this is gonna be a bold take, and this is gonna get a lot of people upset. But if Kanye drops if the rest of the Vultures series is on the same caliber as this, and if his next albums after this venture are of a similar quality, I think Kanye West will be dwindling himself out of the GOAT debate.
I think he's gonna enter the scene as a producer and leave the scene as a producer. He should step back.
Yeah.
You mean
That's
leave
what
the scene
it-
as a rapper?
No. Like he entered the rap game as a
He
producer.
started
And
as a
he's gonna leave
producer.
the rap game as a
Oh, I see
producer.
what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So you think
That
he's
like
gonna become?
this feels like the groundwork for that in a sense.
Yeah, kind
Because a
of.
lot of the songs are either just like a repeated snippet from him, the most absolute brain dead nonsense,
Yeah, bro.
or he's just barely even there.
Yeah. I still can't get over the jokey joke shit. It's so
It's
that's
so funny.
And then he rhymes
It
it with
was just a
brokey
jokey
broke.
joke.
So
Another
dumb.
take. Probably like the last thing we're gonna say about this. I think we're almost done. But
Yeah.
I love albums that don't say what the features are.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that too. I like that too.
I think it should be more popular than it is.
Yeah, the reason Travis Scott actually added the features in for Utopia, I think it was 2 weeks after it came out, is because the features can't be nominated or given any Academy Awards.
Mm.
Or Academy isn't the word, but any musical awards for their features if they're not listed as features. And Drake got snubbed out of the Sicko Mode feature in 2018 because it couldn't be nominated because he wasn't listed.
I think it's fine to list them after, but I like when my initial listen through, I don't know what's coming up, and I can be
Yep, me
surprised.
too.
Yeah.
But
One
then,
thing that
if it's
annoyed
like a
me-
week or two later, you add them. Who cares?
Yeah,
It's easier to know. It's like, oh, which song was this again? Oh, this one.
Yeah. With the off season, which I know we all like that album. Who
Yeah.
doesn't? He did that, but he added them the day after,
that's
and I
kinda
was
weird.
so upset because I didn't listen to it on the day it dropped, even though I
don't
was
think I did
anticipating
either.
it, because I
think I
wanted to.
might have.
Because this is when I was still doing like music reactions, like song reactions on my channel. I wanted to do that, so I was waiting, and then by the time I had done it, all the features were there, and
that
I was really
sucks.
upset. But I mean, still, album's great, but that's not what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, dude, that fucking second part of Paid was so tough.
Wait, what changed in that?
It
I'm
just like,
not
bro,
remembering.
that shit low-key felt like a club banger. It was like
Oh, I remember. Okay, so wait, Paid is the one. Okay,
the
I remember
the
specifically
Friday
how this
night,
one went.
Let's all get paid.
Yeah, because I noted in my head I really did not like Kanye at the beginning, and I did like Ty at the end, but I didn't add it to my playlist because I just couldn't stand that Kanye verse. But the second half of it was pretty good.
I can't stand the album covers, man.
Friday night, let's all get paid.
The original album cover was better.
Yeah,
Like,
and same thing
Quite
with
a
like
bit better.
Easy, bro. Like, how am I ever supposed to want to listen to Easy when I gotta stare at this like absolute abomination on my screen?
Oh my god, yeah, I waited for that to be added, to be changed, because it was put in the game's album. I waited for that to put it in my playlist, because I couldn't stand looking at the skinned monkey.
Yeah, like what? I don't know.
It actually, like,
Jack and the Monkey.
it like, genuinely upset me. Like, it disturbed me.
Yeah, that's facts.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, isn't the cover supposed to be like based off some like rock band? That's what
I-
heard.
I-
It's supposed
I
to be
don't
like
know.
some death metal band.
I saw somebody post a picture of the cover, and it was like Kanye West left and a Ty Dolla $ign right on
yeah,
the
I
cover
saw
for their new album Vultures.
I saw something like that
So
too.
stupid.
I mean, they weren't lying.
Yeah. In summary, I'm giving Vultures a 5 out of 10. I think it was pretty mid, and I know people are gonna be mad at that. So we're gonna move on to other things that people are mad at me for, and that is my tier list video that I made on my main channel. If you guys are interested, all of our main channels are linked in the description of this podcast on YouTube, and we have a link tree in the description on Spotify. Anyway, I made a tier list ranking every rap/rap adjacent album that I listened to that came out in 2023. I think it was a total of 81 albums, which, I mean, that's a lot of albums.
How many views does the video have right now?
It's a little over 2K right now, actually,
Damn.
which is pretty
Can I ask
high.
a question? Did you do any numbers on the amount of listening it took to finish that?
On the amount of listening, like, time to listen to?
Yeah, like
I don't, like, in terms of hours, no, but I
Holy
decided
shit.
I decided that it was something that I wanted to do in September, so I had to catch up.
well, I mean, we
So
could assume like
It
most
took me from
albums are, like, an hour.
September. It took me from September, obviously, to the end of the year to listen to all the music that came out in the year, and it took me many hours to get the list right in the right order. Like, it took probably a total of 4 hours working on it on and off to get the order correct. So, obviously, with everything that's music opinion related, people are mad at me. The video has a controversial response. I actually have it pulled up right now. 68 likes and 47 dislikes. My most interacted with, most liked, and most disliked video ever. And the people in the comments are pretty mad at me.
Speaking of that, like I know like the return YouTube dislikes isn't like 100% accurate. It says you have 70 to 90 likes to dislikes.
I don't get why it's so different.
I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. But either way, it's controversial.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just scroll through my there aren't too many comments. So I'm just gonna scroll through them, pick the notable ones, and just give you guys my thoughts on it and respond to what you guys are saying. So the first thing that I'm looking at the top is just someone saying, "A great chaos in mid is wild."
It is.
Nah,
And,
I don't back that.
Somebody replied, "That's the point. Needs to go an awful or complete dog, especially putting that on the same level as Vardir and Saint Michael." If you guys want to hear my reasonings for everything, you can check out the video, by the way. Just saying. And if you want to see the tier list, you could also check out the short, or the TikTok, or the Instagram reel. Just saying. Anyway,
Shameless plug.
I'm gonna try to find.
it.
I'll note some positive comments as we scroll. Like somebody said, "I'm glad you're giving Let's Start Here the respect it needs." But one comment I actually don't. I'm not even looking at it right now, but I know I got it because it was one of the first comments. Said, "Oh, actually, it's right here. Love the part where he reviewed rap albums, Austin by Post Malone and Lahai by Sampha." For those of you who don't know, Austin by Post Malone is a pop album, and Lahai by Sampha is technically an electronic album. Now, my reasoning for this is it was really a list of just every album that I listened to, and I listened to mainly rap music. So obviously just collecting it as rap in the title just makes the most sense. And also it's like, I call it rap and rap adjacent. And by that I mean it's rap albums, non-rap albums by rappers, or albums by non-rap artists that are closely affiliated with rappers. Like Sampha is popular because of his collaborations with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And like Tizo Touchdown is popular because Tyler the Creator, because Travis Scott, and Drake. So like, so I just listen to it, and by extension of me liking rap music, it's the reason that I listen to these albums in the first place. So that's my defense for that. No, this is one of my favorite ones. I read this one to Matt before.
Oh God.
I actually passed away and needed to be resurrected by paramedics when I saw Glaucoma 2 in mid behind Ken Carson. Good vid though.
I love that. I love
It's
that.
such
guy,
a good
'cause
comment.
it's not like aggressive with his opinion. It's just he presented in such a fucking stupid manner, and I
Yeah.
love it.
And
Shout out
wasn't
to
an
that
asshole
guy.
about it.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, shout out to at. I'm not gonna say his at because it's his government name, so never mind.
Oh, say it.
Yeah, that's crazy. This one, okay, this is a take that I think we're all gonna think this guy's kind of crazy for. For all the mid above Pink Tape is an Arkham Asylum worthy take. What are our
Pink
thoughts
Tape
on
was
that?
Where did you
not
put Pink
good.
Tape?
So I put Pink Tape in D- tier for awful.
I think that's
Yeah.
a little absurd. I think it could go at least like a C, but I don't think anything higher.
Not
than
when you
that.
see what was on the list.
Yeah,
I guess I haven't seen the whole thing, but I mean, I kind of enjoyed Pink Tape. It's not like
It was
rap either.
alright.
I
was-
didn't enjoy it.
I
at
only
all.
have like. Let me look how many songs I actually enjoy on
Well,
Pink Tape.
well, I mean, I can go like to the gym and blast it, and I'm going crazy.
I can
I
tell you guys
liked-
right. Oh, if you're in the gym and you're playing A, you're going crazy.
I liked A. I liked Flooded the Face.
Flooded the
I
face of
Gotta
guys.
and like
Those three are the only three that I like.
what
on
was
that
the other one? I liked the Don Toliver one.
Let me.
But that's literally it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, if you're actively listening to fucking
I like Suicide Doors.
If you're actively listening to like the fucking werewolf song, you're a freak and you should
No,
be
I don't.
jailed.
I liked.
Wait,
I liked
okay.
Suicide Doors. Mom, I'm sorry. Those two were good. Endless Fashion.
I have just found something hilarious that I didn't know was here. It was a comment that I actually liked and I hearted that got a really funny reply. Somebody commented, every time someone makes a good video about his or her opinion on music, the comments are never positive. So based on these comments, you made a great video. So I gave it a heart because that's just a wholesome comment.
Aw.
Somebody
Yeah,
replied and
that's
said,
nice.
"My guy, you definitely didn't watch the video."
That's
That's
kind of
so
D1
funny. It's so-
hater. Oh my god.
There was one hate comment that I hearted immediately when I saw it, and it was early in the video's upload time that I hearted this. Somebody just commented, "How could you be so wrong?" It's so funny. This
Nah,
guy's
that's
saying
valid.
Tech, the Lil Tech album is actually fire once you listen to it a couple of times. I understand you're putting okay, I'm not gonna flame you because you weren't being mean. It's not.
No,
It's
wait. Bro, again, you can't say it's not. It's his opinion, first of all. And albums grow.
That's true.
Like,
That's
when
true. That's no. You're right.
I
You're
hated
right.
Pink Tapes the first time I listened through, and now there's like 8 songs on it that I would listen to.
I still personally do not like Pink Tape.
Sometimes
oh,
need time to marinate.
Here's a good one. Anyone who puts Drake in S tier over all that shit has zero business trying to act like some kind of tastemaker. Bro, lol, what the fuck is this list? First of all, I'm not trying to be a tastemaker. I'm just sharing my opinion. Second of all, it sounds worse before I elaborate that it was at the bottom of S tier and there was also an S plus tier.
Which Drake album is this?
Scary Hours 3.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
For all the dogs was right below that at the top of A plus because I mean for all the dogs it just has a lot of good hits and the lows aren't like wow this is complete dog shit, it's just boring.
Yeah.
And there's not that much of it. Like it's a pretty long album, but a lot of it is like you think about the track list. You're like, oh, you have a 7969, which obviously the beginning's kind of lazy, but the Tizo feature makes it one of my favorite parts of the album. You have Amen, you have First Person Shooter, you have I Don't Give a Fuck, you have Tried Our Best. It has too many really strong hits for me to not put it so high up. And then Scary Hours 3, come on, that's just Drake like really, 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 really rapping. Hating on me for rating that high is, I mean, again, you get your opinion, but I think that is just like, that's just Drake doing real rap consistently on an album for the first time in forever. Because the only semblance of that on For All the Dogs is 8 a.m. in Charlotte, which is arguably the best song on that album.
The only
You know?
other time he's really rapping is in the bedroom.
Yeah, actually. Oh my god.
Wait, I know we already talked about Pink Tape, but it reminded me because Ethan said things take time to marinate. I remember I was talking. I know I mentioned him last time. I was talking to Kwame in the car. I was driving him home, and he was playing some shit. And I asked him what he thought of Pink Tape, and he was like, "That shit is ass." And I said, "Maybe it's got people will come back to it in a little bit, and they'll
Facts.
like it, like how they did Whole Lotta Red." And he goes, "No, that's not happening again. You can't just say that happened, so this will happen. You're wrong." He was like, "This shit is dog. Accept it." I was like, "Oh
Also,
my
it's just
god!"
Kwame being Kwame.
But dude, and then I was just like, "All right. So which house are you?" It was so I didn't know what to say. He was so passionate.
Oh my god. One of the other things I got a couple of comments for were people complaining about albums that I didn't rank. What do you want from me?
I
I
ranked the Babytron album.
I didn't
True.
rank. Okay, I didn't rank the ones I got complaints about. I didn't rank Babytron. I didn't rank V's. I didn't rank Lucky, and I didn't rank Aesop Rock. Those were the ones that I got complaints about, and I'm sorry. I can't listen to every single album ever. I listened to a lot. I listened to 81 albums. It was time consuming. The video took me 4 months to fucking make. Come on.
Who the fuck is this Aesop Rock guy?
No,
pushing
he's
50.
He's pretty good. I haven't gotten into him, but like I understand that he's like actually a pretty good rapper. I just haven't listened to a lot of his music.
This is
So I can't say
interesting.
much, but I've heard good things.
Oh, he's from Long Island.
Oh, look at that.
Mid.
I think I've heard a few of his songs, but I've
Okay,
never
this
really
take I just can't get behind. So first of all, this guy with scaring the hose profile picture. The Travis glazing is crazy. I don't care about
True.
scaring the hose being at A plus because it's fair. But holy shit, Travis really didn't do anything special on Utopia.
Oh.
What? That is Utopia. Nobody is making music that sounds like that nowadays. What do you mean?
That's a crazy take.
Yeah, he's a menace for that one.
You're bugging. And again, scaring the hose is really good, but it's just not something that I can return to a lot. That's why I docked it a lot of points. because I can't. I specifically said I can't listen to a song like "Step a Pig." I don't know if either of you know that song, but
What?
it's a pretty it's a pretty good song. But I can't listen to that shit every day. It's too
Step
ridiculous.
a Pig?
It's awesome.
Okay. I do have to say I'm giving Scaring the Host credit for having some of the best track titles ever. Like Jack Harlow Combo Meal, Lean Beef Patty, Step a Pig is a good one.
The Jack Harlow combo, the KFC special.
Where You Get Your Coke From, Fentanyl Tester. Those are some of them.
Is that on? Is there like an extended? I don't see that.
There was like an EP that they released. That's like 4 tracks after that. It wasn't as good as the main album. I didn't rank it very highly. All right, there are a couple of other things that I wanted to note. Okay, worst takes I've seen. Someone commented, and someone else commented, "Your opinion is wrong."
Wow.
It was a great chaos is in C. If it was an S,
Also, someone commented,
would have
"What?"
got 1 million views.
Someone commented, "What?" ...
True.
And one thing that I wanted to note, actually, one last thing, because I saw this commented when I uploaded the short for the tier list recently, yesterday actually. The first comment on it was somebody just commenting, "Okay." And I was like, "Come on, man.
No, that's funny.
What do you
That's
want
funny.
from me?" No, it is
Yo,
funny. It is funny.
Did you heart it? Did you like it?
No, I didn't. I
You're
should.
fake as
I'll do
fuck.
that. I'll do that
You
right
don't
now. No,
deserve
I'll
it,
do it right
Every,
now.
your old TikTok videos would get cooked in the comments.
Oh no.
Dan used to get flamed in the comments of his old TikToks.
Wait, which old TikToks?
The ones from like 2022.
The Pokemon
Yeah.
ones?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
did
yeah.
I didn't. I don't think I
The
read my TikTok
shorts?
comments.
People
then.
would be like, "Could you make the intro any longer? Almost a 40-second intro."
I didn't even notice that. That's funny. Oh my god.
Devious.
Nah, those were quality
Oh, that's
though.
funny.
They were a pain in the ass to make. But anyway,
Moving on.
that's me responding to my hate comments. All my haters who can't handle the fact that people have differing opinions. I want to touch on another person that the people tend to hate. I guess it depends on which people you're talking about. Normal people tend to hate, and we're talking about Aiden Ross. Now, actually, funnily enough, we're talking about Aiden Ross, and not because he's the bad guy in this particular situation, even though that's
True.
usually the case. Yeah. So I'm assuming you guys know what happened.
Yep.
With
Oh,
21
I'm quite
Savage,
aware.
and then with Playboy Cardi. And I'm assuming the viewers / listeners are also aware. If either of you wanna explain it, because I just did my whole little segment on my own.
You got it.
Matt, do you
Okay.
know the 21 situation or do you know the Cardi situation?
I know
better?
both.
You take one. We'll take one. And
I
just do
wouldn't
it.
say better. I'll do the Cardi one.
Okay.
Because I had
Well,
to explain it to my friend.
Go in chronological order though, so
Yeah,
you
no,
can.
so Aiden Ross is
yeah.
on stream with 21 Savage, right? And they're just like, what? They're gambling, playing some cards and stuff. And 21 Savage has loaded dice and cut cards to know which ones are the face cards. And he took like, what
Menace.
was it, 250K from Aiden Ross?
Something like that, yeah. I think
Something
it
like
was 250.
Yeah.
Menace.
And he also just like lied about it, but he did return the money, which is like the good ending, better than the Cardi ending.
Yeah.
No, the
definitely.
devious part is that then he made his own
Well, yeah.
loaded
Yeah,
dice and scratch cards,
yeah.
and they
Oh my
sold
God.
out on his website.
That's crazy.
They
yo,
did sell out on his website, which was wild. I was thinking of
Devious.
popping a few.
That's
Way
hilarious.
to
bro.
like take advantage of the situation, dude.
It's smart, but it's
It is
also
smart,
like
but
immoral.
it's scummy.
Hmm.
and then
Right, Matt?
the Cardi situation happens. For those who don't know, Aiden Ross
Like less than a
was trying
week
to get
later too.
Playboy Cardi. Yeah, it was in the span of like a week. Both of these events.
Yeah, bro. It was
So
crazy.
around I think it was the night of the Grammys, Aiden Ross planned to get Playboy Cardi on his stream. He had bought him a Ferrari and was gonna pay him $2 million.
2 mil is crazy.
Playboy Cardi comes back from the Grammys. He's wearing the same fit. He gets to the stream, right? They got him in like a fucking warehouse, bro. It looks like somewhere that people.
Aiden-
It was so
Aiden
dark.
didn't pick the location. Cardi's
No,
team
he did not. Cardi's team did, and they got like it looks like somewhere that multiple people have been tortured for information.
Yeah,
And-
actually.
So
In other words, it looks like where Cardi would live.
also they had like the exposure so low that like
You couldn't see.
the entire stream was just dark. You couldn't see anything. So like if you're looking at my camera, everything behind me would be black, pitch black.
I assume that they did that just because of like there was like they probably rented out like a tiny bit. No. I think they probably rented out like a tiny bit of it, and there was stuff in the back that they probably weren't allowed to show.
Yeah, maybe.
Still, it gets worse. Cardi comes on. He's talking. Aiden Ross is like, it's the most awkward situation. He's like, "You play games? Oh, I'm playing games." And oh, you watching? Oh, man. Like it's just like one word responses or like nothing. In the beginning of it, Aiden is asking Cardi questions, bro. Cardi is just like this, standing looking at a wall, bro. He's asking questions. Cardi's just like,
bro's committed to the bit.
like, what is that? And then finally, when they actually start doing shit, they just start playing some of his music. I think they played Hood by Air, and they're just like chilling, they're vibing.
Yeah, bro.
Aiden gives Cardi 1 of the 2 million, and then he just leaves.
Supposedly.
Oh, but you're forgetting about the part where Aiden's trying to get a word in, and Cardi's just, if you'll excuse me, Cardi's just. I don't know if that got picked up on Discord, but
no.
I just stood up and started clapping violently.
No, I thought it was funny when he was telling him to like pan the camera down to his shoes.
Yeah.
Actually,
he was like doing a fit check on him.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Like
and
how much the fit cost?
I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you. See ya. Like it was so fucking awkward.
Thank you for the hospitality.
Maybe 5 minutes later, gone.
Yeah, no,
and the
all
worst
he
part,
said,
before that, they waited 2 hours for him to come on the stream. Menace.
Crazy. Also,
Menace.
We have the numbers on Aiden Ross's like live repost YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. It's the video titled "Cardi on Stream" is under 7 minutes long.
Yeah, isn't it like 6:30 or something?
Something like that. It's
yeah,
6 minutes and change.
Insane. That's fucking
crazy.
insane.
It's crazy.
Because they cut out the 6 minutes of when he arrived just dancing to music that Matt didn't really touch on.
No, I said they play music. But
it was like as soon as
it was also like it was so prolonged for no reason.
Yeah. But
oh my god.
Apparently they're gonna do another stream.
I don't think that matters.
We'll see how that goes. Maybe it'll be 8 minutes this time. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Yeah. Also, one thing that not a lot of people are touching on is the fact that like paying, especially that much to get somebody on, is like that's just like kind of cringe. Like that's just it's so disingenuous.
I don't agree. Did you see how many people he had live watching?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying like for the sake of the bag. I'm saying for the sake of just like the stream.
At the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah, but like if you're getting Playboy Cardi on and it's like I'm not coming on your stream because I don't care about you if you give me $2 million
apparently
and a $100,000 car.
Apparently he pays everyone that he does the stream with.
He does.
But the thing is, like, with people like 21 or like I think the main one, because I think Aiden talked about it. I think the main one he said was Uzi.
Yes.
He hangs out with them beforehand. He said him and Uzi hung out for a week before the stream, so they could actually see
They were the
how they flow.
Spots.
Cardi,
that's
he had never met Cardi. He had only talked to Cardi's team. So this was bound to not be good.
Also, like, regardless, if he's hitting up Uzi or 21 or anybody else, and he's like, come on the stream, they're not like, give me $2 million.
True.
They're not like, I'm not coming on your stream unless you give me millions.
I doubt that is how it went. I feel like it was, I want to come on your stream, they talked, and they were like, all right, we'll do it.
No,
exactly.
No. The way the money was involved, the Kick CEO is a huge Playboy Cardi fan. It was his money. He choked it up and got like that flowing.
With rappers showing up on Kai's and Aiden's streams, even if they do get paid, I'm assuming it's not a lot because they're showing up on their streams not only to have a fun time, but for promo.
Facts.
Like, Kick or Aiden, whoever contributed more of the money, is spending millions of dollars giving Cardi money to promote to hundreds of thousands of viewers.
True.
Like Nicki Minaj showed up on Kai's stream.
That stream was so funny.
Yeah, she
They
showed up on
had
Kai's
like
stream
been known each other though.
and to promote Pink Friday too, which
Well,
by
he
the
was
way
hanging out.
wasn't very good.
They had known each other though for like a hot minute.
That's true. That's true.
Like there's like a clip of them like on Instagram Live, and Kai's being a fucking dumbass, and she's like, "You better watch yourself. When's my album
Well,
dropping?" And
it's
he's like, "Oh."
It all started when he had Offset on stream. That's why.
Yeah, that's the best Kai Cenat stream of all
Well,
time.
because he's
I've
had
never watched,
Offset.
like, any,
Before
really.
that, he had 21. He had Lil Baby.
Yeah,
He's had a lot of people.
yeah. The Offset stream was great. I didn't watch, obviously. I did not watch the whole thing. It was 24 hours, but
Yeah.
it was awesome. I just like Offset. Offset just seems like such a cool
He
guy.
had fucking Blueface. He did
Yeah.
like a.
Oh my
during
god,
his-
the Blueface and Krishan Rock shit. I forgot
During
about
his like
that.
month of streams, like his like entire month of streaming, he had Emily Chapo on. He's got
Mhm.
connections.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I don't know. Maybe it's just his energy. I feel like if you're gonna have a celebrity on stream, I'd prefer to watch Kai.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think Kai is a more respectable person.
Yeah, but I've also been interested in Kai and what his people do, like with AMP, for much longer.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Same
even
here.
I don't
before he
really-
was streaming.
Yeah, like Kai Cenat is like the type of guy I'd be like, oh, this guy's cool. I would want to be friends with him. Aiden Ross, I don't like him as a person. And I'm willing to say that openly on the internet. He just doesn't seem like a good person. He became Andrew Tate's little cuck for like 3 months. How do you expect me to respect you?
I think it was longer than that, but
Didn't
might
he
have
like
been. It
shave
might
his
have been.
head and like
Yes!
stop
Yeah.
jacking it?
Yes. And he sniffed Andrew Tate's chair when he got up.
Yeah, he did do that. Oh
I
my
would too.
god, dude, what a fucking demon.
Devious.
Menace.
It's actually crazy. Before we move on to our next topic, I actually forgot about this. I did mention to you guys that I had a little hot take that I wanted to drop on the pod that I wouldn't tell you guys about.
oh jeez.
Now, it's not the spiciest thing you've ever heard. It's just like not a popular opinion. So I was returning to albums that I liked. So I re-listened to 2014 Forest Hills Drive in its entirety, and then For Your Eyes Only in its entirety. And I can confidently say at least that the gap between them is not even close to big, and I would say For Your Eyes Only is as good, if not maybe even better, than 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
No. No, I just don't agree.
That's what I was.
I haven't
That's
listened
what I
to
was
enough
expecting.
Cole to
I
partake
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this
yeah.
discussion.
But
every-
I can also see it either way. Like I can totally see in like a week if I just listen to them back to back a few more times, it might go back and forth a little bit. But I'm just saying because everybody's like, oh, 2014 Forest Hills Drive is the peak, the pinnacle. I would say For Your Eyes Only is, if it's worse, but not by a lot at all.
I would say it's worse because purely if you go track for track, bar for bar, there's not a single miss on 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
I think there are a couple of songs on 2014 Forest
Nope.
Hills Drive that I don't love.
The only one I would confidently say is a miss is Wet Dreams, and even that can go hard in the right situation.
Wet Dreams is a fucking classic. Are you insane?
No, but there's nothing else. I don't know. Just personally,
Let
I
me
don't think there's
look.
anything else that even like misses.
I don't love Saint Tropez, and I also don't love not apparently. I don't love Hello.
I was about to say apparently.
Apparently he's good, but everything else is good. And then with For Your Eyes Only, I don't think there's a single skip on For Your Eyes Only, but it's also shorter. It's only 10 tracks. But like I just think like the highlights are like so many of my favorite Cole songs. I guess you could say the same about 2014 Forest Hills Drive, but it's less percentage-wise, again, because 2014 Forest Hills Drive is longer. Like, For Your Eyes Only, Immortal is so good.
Yeah,
Deja
that's
Vu
true.
is so good. Changes is, like, a top 5 Cole song, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
For Your Eyes
Both
Only,
of
as
the
I
She's
mentioned...
Mines are really good, too.
Yeah,
You should,
She's
like,
Mines
listen.
are really good. For Your Eyes Only, as I mentioned in the last podcast, is my favorite J. Cole song and top 3 favorite songs, period. And also Folding Clothes is fun.
It's alright.
I just think that song is funny, and Neighbors is, I mean, everyone likes that. So
Everybody likes Neighbors.
Neighbors is a great song.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to drop that hot take really quickly before we moved on.
I can't really speak on that. You know what I can speak on though? The
Mr.
new
Foreign.
Fabio Foreign album, Pain and Love 2. Boy, that was something.
I think we have some very differing opinions on that.
We do.
I think you two are more on the extreme side, so I want to let you two get your thoughts out first.
No, if yours are timid, just go.
If you're
okay,
don't be a bitch.
Okay, well, personally, I just think it was all right. That's what I think. I didn't hate it, but like I think some of the songs were boring, some of the songs were pretty heat, and that's all I feel about it. Like I don't hate it, but I also don't like particularly like it a lot. Like I only really liked 3 out of the 10 songs.
Okay.
Yeah, but the rest of the songs were inoffensive. They weren't bad.
I liked everything until the final 3.
Okay.
I see.
The like Jamaican sounding song.
That one the best.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah,
Pain Pressure, and then the outro was just like so mid.
Yeah. I liked 5E's verse on the best, but the rest of it I wasn't rocking with.
No. And I'll give a hot take. Meek Mill ruined Same 24 completely.
Thank you.
I don't like the
What?
Yes.
Thank you.
No.
He was not valid.
I disagree.
No, because like it was such a like everything 5U was talking about was so good, and like his voice fits so well with the story.
Yeah,
Meek
Mill was not hitting on that. I'm sorry.
I get what you're coming from, but I can't agree with you.
It's a slow beat, a slow song, and then Meek Mill comes on trying to go quick and like flow with it, but it just was not working for me.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I think it works for me though, personally.
I think to Matt go first before we talk about individual songs.
I got some thoughts here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a little note here that I wrote. Do with this what you will. I said half of this album is mid.
Okay.
Everything in the middle, besides a few exceptions, is ass. There are some standouts, but overall, this is cheeks.
Okay, I guess we could do something similar to what we were doing with Vultures. What are we feeling out of 10? Personally, I'm honestly probably going to give it maybe... I don't want to give it a 5 because giving it the same as Vultures just doesn't feel right. I'll give it close, though, like a 4.5, because on Vultures, a lot of the songs I didn't like went for too long, and I really didn't like, and a lot of the songs I didn't like on Pain and Love 2 were just kind of mid. So I'll give it like a 4.5, because 3 for 10 is kind of ass.
I'm giving it a 3.
Maybe, you know what? I'll dock it a little. I'll bring it down to a 4, actually, on second thought.
I don't know. I'm good with a 5. I think it was if it was only like the first 5 or 6 songs, it would be way better.
Now I wanna touch on individual songs. So out of the songs that I liked, Same 24 was one of them.
I liked Same 24.
You're wrong.
No, I liked it a lot, but like I don't know. I think it could have been way better.
The only other two, my favorite song was the Chef G song.
Yeah.
I really like that song.
Yeah,
I love Great John beats for 5E and obviously Chef G's sound. And Chef G just did his thing. Like it's one of the examples where the feature just like really did their thing but didn't like carry. I could say the same. Oh no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
It's a quick note. I just wrote, this is one of the only valid things on this entire album.
You didn't? Okay, I like Trauma a lot. I thought normally I'm not a big fan of TJ, but I thought
it was alright.
I mean, personally, I do like Lil TJ, but I didn't hate it, but it was
the TJ feature was meh for me, and it was like Fabio was trying to be so serious, and then it cuts to TJ talking about how wet women are, and I was like, this, like I literally wrote, how you talking about your mom and trauma you've experienced, and you got Lil TJ talking about how wet he got a girl.
Yeah,
it wasn't working for me.
That's crazy.
If we want to loop this in, I think a lot of the 5E verses were similar to how like the storytelling, like how Michael was, but then a lot of the features just did not go along with that at all.
I'll be honest.
That's a little crazy of a comparison.
No, I was gonna say
no. I don't
know.
Nowhere close to the execution or anything.
Okay, structurally, yeah. Okay, I get.
I was about to say.
I get where you're coming from. I was about to call blasphemy.
Yeah.
It was a lot of.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But no, not even close to how good Michael was. What?
The only other song that I really liked was the Sway Lee song. Could it be?
No fucking way.
No.
That shit was so ass.
I think it worked.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Rainbow Six. No, I liked it. I liked it.
And that the chorus was fucking horrible.
No, I liked it.
It was horrible.
I
It
thought
just
was
wasn't
okay.
good. It was ass. The chorus is cheeks. I'm sorry.
Wayley
You're wrong.
sucks. That's
The song
I think
sucks.
I think New York drill is on a decline.
I agree. Speaking of, what are your
This
guys'
is also
thoughts
such
on
an
Get
old-
Daddy?
Bad.
I liked Get Daddy. I didn't mind it. I thought it was alright.
Bad song.
I agree with Matt. I think I might have said this to Matt yesterday when we first listened to it. I think 5E's verse was pretty good. I liked
Nah.
Tata's verse. I did not like Kyle Rich or Jen Carter. Also, I got really mad that it started with Kyle Rich not knowing how to gra. Ga!
God.
Ga!
It was kinda
Shut
funny,
the fuck up. Also, the whole song, all four of them are making the same rhymes the whole time. The lyrics don't change between the verses.
It's New York drill. That's just I
That's-
don't know.
yeah,
I was
that's
just
to
bopping
expect.
with most of the
No,
album.
no,
I was just bopping
no.
with the beats and feeling it. But
Nah.
I disagree saying that is New York drill, because then that's just categorizing New York drill as an uncreative style of music. And I think it
I
totally
mean,
can be. I think it can be.
Sleepy
Like,
Hollow.
This is not
They-
an example
We're,
of
we're
that.
talking about a song with 4 different artists rapping short verses on it, and they can't think of enough words for not all of them to make the same rhymes. Deddy and Weddy and Fetty were rhymed together by I think all 4 of them. In their verses, not in the hook. I think it was also made in the hook though.
Yeah. So, this feels like it was just an attempt to make a viral song.
Yeah,
Especially
because
with
4-1 is
the
just popping in New
Get
York.
Daddy!
Yeah, get
like-
Daddy.
I didn't like that. I like 4-1. They were not hidden. Tata was okay. Fabio sucked. I don't know how you liked his verse. He literally said, he said, I'm a dump. I'm feeling dumpy. What the fuck does that mean? You can't
Bro,
you
Matt,
can't
you're talking about the guy. You're talking
can't
about
be
the guy
like-
who said shitting, pooping,
True.
shitting.
but like this verse is valid, and he says that shit.
It was. I just liked how it sounded.
I did not like this song at all. I didn't like literally anything from No Love to Get Daddy. It's all shit. Besides Same 24.
That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah,
Like,
no.
bro-
In summary, waiting is peak. And that's about it.
Waiting is peak. The best. What was that? Pain Pressure. Beat was valid.
Nah, I kind of fuck with the creativity on the best, but it didn't hit correctly.
Yeah, it was
I
poorly
respect
executed.
it, but it didn't work.
Poorly executed.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
funny.
Pain
I
Pressure, I like the beat, and I like Rowdy Rebel. He was not doing his shit.
agree. No, and 5E didn't do his shit on
Clutch
either of
was
the songs
Clutch
with
was
no
just
feature.
boring.
Clutch was very boring at 10.
No love. Like, why do you got Vori, a man who's constantly spoken about God on all the Kanye album, talking about he's repping the woo.
Yeah, actually. Also, that in the intro, who knew? Also boring.
It was a little catchy, but a lot of this I get it. It's
For
It's Fabio.
a hardly any promo and hardly any budget project, it's not that bad.
And it was
It's-
super
it's
short.
just-
nah, it was bad.
28
I'm not-
minutes of runtime is
I
crazy.
still didn't like it. I'm not gonna give it the excuse.
I'm
of
gonna
it didn't have a
return.
good
I'm only
budget.
ever gonna return to the 3 songs that
I
I
don't
mentioned.
think I'm ever
but-
going to return to anything besides maybe Waiting, and even then, probably not.
Really, I will definitely be. I've already returned to Waiting more than once since I listened
I
to it
don't
yesterday.
think I will ever listen to anything off this album again.
I
I
just am
hated
such
it.
a big Chef G fan.
I hated it. I liked Chef G, but
Yeah,
not
For a
enough to commit auditory torture.
For the New York rap scene, I need to see. I know Chef G's fucking locked up, but I need to see Flows Part 3. I need it to happen. Chef G and Sleepy need to make Flows
Yeah,
Part
no,
3.
I need a new Sleepy's, anything.
I mean, he dropped
Sleepy.
an album in September.
Yeah, but that had Perky Man on it, which was the
That-
top. That should have won Song of the Year.
Actually, are you friends with the Perky Man? I'm friends with the Perky. There were also no Chef G features on that entire album, which was ridiculous.
That's the one hard.
So yeah, it's so unfortunate. Anyway, so Ethan's
Okay.
comparison.
no,
between-
no. We have other new music to talk about.
Oh,
Do
oh
we?
yeah, the Chief
Yeah.
Keef song, "Dirty
Chief
Nachos."
Keef song.
I didn't even
Hilarious.
listen to
Ass.
this.
It, don't.
bad?
It's not good. It's
Horrible.
boring. It's ass.
I'm
It's
gonna
ass.
do a
Annalie
skim.
Choppa. Annalie
I'm gonna do
Choppa
a-
dropped a song.
I
thought
didn't
it
listen
was-
to that either.
It was
I'm gonna do a skim
very,
while you listen
very
to it.
underwhelming. I didn't like it at
Dirty
all.
Nachos.
It's not good. It's just
Matt,
not good.
you're gonna love this. Future has an English verse in between two Arabic rappers.
What?
Yep.
Yep.
What's this
It
called?
is. It goes kind of hard. It's called.
Oh, I
it's
see it.
called Arabic.
Oh wait, I have seen this. This guy is like huge. Muhammad
no.
Ramadan, dude. He's huge.
Yeah, but it kind of went hard. I fucked with it.
Nah, the Arabic instruments are actually going crazy.
It was going hard when I listened to it, but it was
That's
very
tough. That's valid. That's valid.
weird
That's valid.
because I saw that it dropped and I was like, "Oh, Future on a new song. Let me go listen."
And you were
Or
like,
like,
whoa.
and I was like, "What the hell is happening?" Because I saw it pop up like at midnight.
Mm. Did either of you listen to the new BLP Kosher song?
I
did not.
Yo, I liked it. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I reacted to it on my stream. He was saying some outrageous things.
That's
As
just what
he does.
He said like, I remember I was listening to it on stream and he said something like I'm from Deerfield, she gonna eat me like venison. I'm not a deer. And I just started laughing. He also says like, you got 50 on my scalp, you gonna need more smackaroos.
Did anyone listen to what's it called? Black Ops by Kid Cudi?
No,
No.
I didn't.
Didn't even
Okay.
know
I
that
didn't.
came
I
out.
didn't know Kid Cudi dropped. That was supposed to come out last week, I think,
Yeah,
and then it never did.
it came
Yeah,
out
Kid Cudi and
February
Denzel.
5th.
Oh
It
my
was- it was-
god,
I liked it. It was all right.
I need to listen to that. I love Denzel Curry. He's one of my favorite rappers
We'll add
right
it to
now.
the queue. Hopefully
Um,
it'll be good.
shall we move on to our album of the week?
Sure.
All right. Now, actually, you know what? Before we do this, we can touch on something that we didn't talk about last week, which was Killer Mike's arrest after winning 3 Grammys.
Oh my god.
So, first of all,
Actually
that's like
so
the
tough.
the hardest thing to ever happen to anybody ever. That's just so cool. Winning 3 Grammys and getting arrested.
How are you so
out of the
successful that they
Grammys.
had to jail you?
Yeah, that's actually crazy. And I had no idea what it was for, and I finally found out a few days ago, so I figured we would just talk about that really quickly. It was alleged by a security guard that at the Grammys, Killer Mike had, like, been disrespectful and then ended up, like, pushing or shoving her, and she fell and maybe, like, hit her head or something and got an injury and tried to get him on an assault charge. So he was charged with misdemeanor battery, I think it was, actually,
no.
not assault. And then they realized that it was all cap, and he was exonerated, no bail, and let out like an hour later.
Huge.
Nothing super exciting, but I figured we'd touch on it since we didn't last week. And
Yeah.
on the note of Killer Mike, we will be talking about our album of the week. If anybody listening was following along with us, we listened to Killer Mike's Michael, which won 3 Grammys about a week ago.
Crazy.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyway.
Speaking of those 3 Grammys, we asked you guys
Oh,
which
yeah.
album you thought should have won Rap Album of the Year at the Grammys.
Any
An
Spotify
astounding
users?
75% of the listeners on Spotify said that Utopia should have won, and I can't lie, I do agree.
I do agree as well.
On
I
this
most definitely
on
do agree
this
as
second
well.
listen of Michael, fully through, I did obviously enjoy it, but I really do think that Travis Scott should have
Oh,
won.
100%. When you're directly comparing it to Utopia, it doesn't compare, but it's still an amazing album.
Especially when you bring in the cultural side of everything.
Uh-huh.
That album, just culturally, Utopia was huge.
Yeah.
And this definitely did not even come close to that impact.
100%.
But yeah, what were your guys' thoughts?
Me personally, I'll give a little bit of insight because I mean it's an album that I've been familiar with. I've known the album for several months now, and I've given it a lot of praise. For those of you who are curious about, or anybody who clicked away to watch the tier list video that I plugged before, it ended up top 3 album of the year in the number 3 spot, and I gave it an S for amazing. And I think if I were to give it a rating out of 10, realistically, let's say we'll say Utopia, for example, is a 10, whereas something like a Rodeo is like would be considered like an 11. Because if we're considering something like a Rodeo or To Pimp a Butterfly to be a 10, then we're never going to have 10s.
Yeah.
So if we're considering Utopia like a big album that's, in my opinion, the best of the year, I'm giving Michael probably a 9. A 9 out of 10. I love the way he performs. I love his sound. Vocally, I know he's been around for longer than the two people I'm about to reference, but vocally, he sounds like the love child between Rick Ross and 2 Chainz if they were even better at rapping. So I just like his sound. He has mastered flow. Is another thing. He's just amazing at it, and production choice was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everything about the album is done well. The only reason I think Utopia is bigger and better is, first of all, you mentioned the cultural impact. Second of all, is the attempt at something new and how successful it was. This is that good, but it's just a rap album. If you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. We can get into the nitty-gritty of singles once we all give our thoughts.
I have a few opposing views. So I'm not gonna say I didn't like the album. It was definitely enjoyable. There were some times that I'll be honest that things felt like a slog. I'll be real. Like
Really?
there were some songs that I felt like could have been shorter, and there were a lot of songs that like followed the exact same format of like verse, like bridge, chorus, verse, and that's it. There were a lot of songs that were like the copy paste format, and I don't know if maybe that was just like when I was listening, I was like, oh my god, this is taking so long, even though it's like not really a long album. But there were some songs that were like that for me. I'll be real.
You know what the thing is? It's not a long album, but it's long for only being 14 tracks.
It is exactly. It is a long album, bro.
The songs are long, it's just not a lot of songs.
The 5e album we just talked about was 10 tracks, 28 minutes. This one's 14 for 58, I think it was.
It's
54, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like
There were
4 more tracks for what, 20 more minutes?
Yeah, essentially.
There were a
little
lot of
more.
songs that did not have to be like 4.5, 5 minutes.
I think a lot of the things about that, though, was dragging out the production, which I don't mind personally, because I think the production choices, as I mentioned before, were really good. And a lot of it also comes in the vocalists that he chose to feature on it, just like doing their thing for a long time. The only case where I can definitely agree with you is I need to remember what it is. I believe it's the outro, High and Holy, where it's like the woman speaking in some African language for like a minute. I believe that it's on the outro.
Yeah,
Correct me if
it
I'm
is.
wrong.
It is.
Okay, cool. That I think is dragging. I mean, I get like the symbolism behind it, but it just goes on for a really long time after the lyrics and the climax.
I think it's a
happened.
minute and a half because I actually remember like hearing it for like 30 seconds and skipping it, and there was like a minute left.
It's pretty long, but I think in the other examples of it doesn't bother me. I don't mind when an instrumental or a vocals decide to like go on for a while if I like them. Obviously, if it's boring and you do that, it's not gonna work, so it's kind of a gamble. But if you're assuming that people are gonna like your music, which you should be comfortable doing that. So I can't be bothered by it personally.
I'm actually the complete opposite. I don't like
Really?
that. Yeah,
Really?
like when I'm like doing something and I'm just listening to music and then it's just a beat for a minute, like kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
like,
just
that's
don't
not
like it.
necessary. There were literally only 4 songs on this album that were less than 3 minutes.
I raise you one though. What about Runaway? By Kanye West and Pusha T.
Okay.
That is a
That's
9-minute song that ends with over 3 minutes of instrumental.
And
Is
do I listen to
every
the 3 minutes of
every
instrumental?
song
That's
every song on
no,
Dark Twisted Fantasy fucking 5 minutes?
No.
I'll raise
Exactly.
you one more. I'll raise you one more. Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. 12
Oh!
minutes long.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's not like
we're getting into murky water.
that's not heavily padded with instrumental though. That's just like 2
Exactly.
6-minute songs combined.
That's an amazing song that can be long. Which is
yeah.
Yeah, no, there were a lot of songs that are like, I get what you're saying, that like
Mm-hmm.
let the features or like let the production shine,
Yeah.
but like a lot
Not
of the
every song.
times it was not necessary. And like I
To be
get
fair-
if you want to do what you want to do, but
Yeah.
It made me like feel like I was on like I think like spaceship views, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I
Because like
still have
for
5
me,
songs left. I'm already bored of this album.
No,
for
another thing is I like when they let the instrumental shine in the beginning rather than the
Yeah.
end.
I get yeah.
That's different because then
yeah.
you're building
You're
things up.
building it. Yeah, yeah. I think another thing though that I'll note just for the sake of fairness, most of the time when a song has that and I'm just listening to it casually on a playlist shuffle, I will skip it once it gets to that point. But for the sake of listening through an album, I don't mind it at all. And I mean, it doesn't bother me because again, you can always just skip it. It's not like you're missing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
But then what if you do miss something? That's what I get worried about.
I would know because when I listen through an album for the first time, I don't skip. I let it play through. I don't press the skip button. The only button that I will press is pause if I have to pause the music.
Like I was worried to skip on something or High and Holy
Yeah,
because I
you
didn't
were not
want to
missing
miss
anything.
like a minute verse just in case because there was so much time left.
Yeah, that was
do you
a
want to
big
give
issue for me though.
Do you want to give your general like overall thoughts, Ethan? Since you haven't listened to it yet, I guess before that, Matt, do you want to give it a rating out of 10?
Honestly, like maybe like a 7.5.
Really?
Yeah, that like I know it sounds like it shouldn't really be that big of an issue, but the pacing of everything really like I got bored.
What did you just rate in Vultures?
Of
A 6.5.
Oh,
okay, so
no.
maybe an 8.5.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel that's more fair. Eight and a
I
half
understand.
or an 8, but it really it like I was like, oh my god, this is taking too long.
And as somebody who hasn't heard the album before, Ethan, what are your thoughts?
Did Anthony Sextano rate this album?
Yeah, dude.
What did he rate it?
Give
I'd
it,
to
give
know
it a
for-
6.
A 6? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go that low, but I will say between a 7.5 and an 8.
Okay.
There was like if we go off like a ratio of likes to dislikes of the tracks, I think it would honestly like make sense that it's an 8.
Really?
Yeah, there was like I would say like 3. I mean, even if we go to like the extended version, whatever, where it adds like 4 or 5 more at the
Yeah,
end, I
it
would
adds
say there
4
were
extra
like
tracks.
4 out of those like 20 or so, like 19, 18, whatever it was that I didn't like.
Oh, that's not a terrible ratio.
Which is why I'm saying it's like an 8.
Yeah, I'm curious as to which songs you don't like because personally, I can and do return to every single song on this album at least at some point.
Not me.
Which songs do you not like?
I think I'd rather
I'm
tell you the
curious.
songs that I do like. I would say everything
Yeah.
from like I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Enrich, Down by
Oh,
Law.
you know what we could do instead? We could go from the top to bottom and just give
Yeah,
our thoughts on
let's
each
go by
song.
top. Let's go
All right,
top
so
by bottom.
we'll start with Down by Law. Personally, I mean, Killer Mike gives a Killer Mike rap performance. It's good, and the CeeLo Green feature is just really nice. I like that song.
It wasn't my favorite.
I'll give my rough thoughts on it. I like it. I like the CeeLo Green feature.
I think I listened through the whole album, and then when I listened back, Down by Law was underwhelming compared to everything else that came after.
That's
but, I mean,
fair.
It is an intro, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's definitely not one of the biggest highlights. That's for sure.
When I was listening for all the albums we're talking about today, I just wrote notes as I listened to it. I really like the beat, and I think that Killer Mike really flows hard on this. At first, I'll be honest, I didn't really like the CeeLo Green feature.
yeah.
Really?
But near the end, where he's like just harmonizing, like the "I'm down" part, that sold it for me.
Yeah, that part is
Sold
just
that you
it
didn't
just
like
works.
or that you did.
Sold that I did.
Oh, okay.
It was probably one of my top 5s from the album.
Yeah, I enjoy that song quite a bit. I was just gonna note something, and now I'm completely losing it. So we can just move on. If it hits me, I'll
Shed Tears.
Yeah, that's
I'll bring it up.
fine.
Shed Tears is
Very good.
definitely top 5 for me.
Yeah, easily.
Shed Tears is so good.
Yeah.
My favorite part is where the instrumental like really slows down for like a couple seconds, and then it goes in to Killer Mike's last verse where he goes, "I shed tears every morning in the bathroom mirror." That's my favorite part of the
God,
song.
bro.
Yeah, no, that was very good.
And I listened to the beginning of the album again today just because I felt like it at this point. The chorus is so good. Rest
Bro.
for your soul. It's so good. See,
It's
this
so
album.
good. Like,
This album
holy
is what I was
shit.
talking about. I love gospel influence in hip hop when it's done right, and this entire album is gospel influence in rap done right. The whole album. Oh my god, it's so good.
I honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of like the Mozzie verse.
It was alright. I don't love his voice, but the
It's-
verse itself didn't.
I didn't
bother
really,
me.
I wasn't a fan of it just compared to hearing Killer
Yeah,
Mike's first verse
yeah.
right before that.
Killer Mike's he definitely outperforms Mozzie 100%.
And then the chorus, like you said, I wrote the chorus is so hard.
It's
And
been stuck in my head
I
all
love the
day.
last verse so much.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts?
Do we want to move on to track 3?
Yeah.
Run.
We got a lot of
Alright.
songs to go.
Yo.
Run.
I low-key fucked with the little Dave Chappelle intro.
Yeah. You know what I noticed actually listening to it back yesterday? I noticed that the Dave Chappelle little thing going on is the exact same theme, the exact same message as the Dave Chappelle spiel at the beginning of Parasail on
Oh my
Utopia.
God.
It's literally just get up and keep going.
Hey man,
It's the same
good
thing.
message. Good message.
It is a good message. I just think it's funny that Dave Chappelle was on 2 albums that got nominated for Rap Album of the
And he
Year
was
at
saying the same
Grammys.
shit.
And he
Good
said the
luck,
same
Charm.
shit.
Rebranded.
Yeah, actually, we gotta get Dave Chappelle on the mixtape.
Dude, the bass line in Run.
Yes!
Oh my
yes!
God, bro.
Oh my god, I'm so happy you said that. It's so clean. Also, the Young Thug feature was actually pretty
Yo,
good.
Thug was valid on this.
I'll be honest, I don't know any of the words, but the flow, the same.
That's all you need, bro.
He floated on it, and obviously, I mean, he didn't do as well as Killer Mike did on it, but
Yeah.
it still it works really well. Surprisingly, a Young Thug feature on a Killer Mike song, but it worked.
Like this in terms of lyrical content, maybe I'm being just picky, but this one was probably not one of the best.
Oh no, I agree. It's definitely the
I don't-
least.
It's not trying to be impactful.
Yeah,
It's just trying to
definitely
be catchy.
one
It's just
of
trying to be a vibe.
yeah, it's one of the least creative hooks, but it works.
Yeah.
Like the run, better run. It sounds nice, but again, it's not doing as much as Shed Tears is with the chorus.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, what's her name? Lena Bird Miles. She killed
She cooked.
it. Oh my god.
Yeah, that song set expectations very high.
Yeah, that's true. What are your thoughts on Run, Ethan?
It's alright. I don't really have any different opinions than you guys.
Fair enough. Now you said you didn't particularly like Enrich.
Not really. It's alright.
Really?
I don't
Interesting.
know.
That's kind of wild.
That's like nitpicking such a good thing. That's the issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. I first of all, I think the title is very creative. It's got the double meaning of it. One of the
Yeah.
meanings which I can't say, and the other meaning just being the word enrich.
I feel like Kendrick might have used like the similar thing,
Yeah,
if I'm thinking correctly.
you might be right. I don't know, but I'm also a pretty I wouldn't say big, but I enjoy Black's music.
Yeah.
I think his feature was pretty good.
His feature was so
I
good.
enjoyed his feature. I think it was
I don't
really
listen to him
solid.
that much.
I wouldn't say I'm an avid listener, but I definitely.
Yeah, no, me
I
neither.
enjoy
Me
stuff.
neither.
When it
But,
comes
like,
on,
I remember
enjoy it.
he released an album in 2023, so obviously I listened to it. I gave it a somewhat positive. Like I didn't love it. I think I put it in like maybe B plus. But it was a solid album. But I like how he starts it with "Black like my name." that's how he
Yeah,
starts the
I remember
verse
hearing
off.
that and I was like, all right.
Yeah, the
So
last thing
funny.
I listened to from Black was it his album from last year?
Since I Have a Lover.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
then I'm up to date. Never mind then.
Yeah, it was solid. It was a solid album. But yeah, his feature was good. Also, Aaron Allen Kane, just throughout the entirety of
Holy
the album.
shit, yeah.
So good on the choruses.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get back to that for what
We
I would
will.
consider the 2 best songs
yeah,
on the
yeah,
album.
we will.
I'm gonna be honest. Enrich probably my favorite song on the album.
Really?
I listened to it. I instantly added it to the playlist.
Enrich, I don't know if it cracks my top 5, but I mean, I obviously love the song. You guys heard me just praise every single song on the album.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not one of the peaks for me. But
Nah,
I mean,
dude.
I no, I don't blame you.
Once I heard the beat, I was like, oh, oh.
Yeah, yeah.
I was floating,
Alright.
dude. And the little outro, bro. I felt like the fucking meme of SpongeBob just becoming ethereal.
Yeah. Oh my
I was like, oh
God.
my god.
Track number 5. Again, obviously, I'll
Talking
keep saying
that
it.
shit.
I like everything. Talking that shit is definitely one of the lower points. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not him trying to do as much crazy. It doesn't have that gospel influence that the rest of the album has. It's all right. Like I
kinda
like it.
I like the switch up from like it just
I
went
like
hard.
I like yeah I like the
Yeah,
switch ups,
yeah.
but I'm gonna be honest. The last 2 verses, kind of weak, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the intro, although he does have that one bar that's like low key homophobic at the beginning, but like I like the sound of it.
He's an old head.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
dude.
He is like
It's
he is
been-
like 50.
Been like 12 years since he made music.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I don't know if you guys have much to say about that song. I mean, I think it's good.
It's all right.
That's all I really have to say
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
The next song,
Another top 5 song.
I love
Slummer.
I thought it
Is
was
so
Slummer. Oh
good.
my god.
Oh
dude.
my God.
The
It's so
the
sad,
bridge,
bro.
bro.
It's so sad.
The summer love, bro. Oh my. Oh.
And again, this is
Oh!
another title that has a double meaning between things becoming more slum-like and
Yeah.
having and summer. Like slummer love was love that was slum-er, or summer love that was slum-like.
you know, I really enjoyed. I think this might be
The
Like,
message
top 2 for
was
me.
the story was so fucking sad.
Summer
I love songs like that though.
Yeah, the ending hurts
Dude, holy
so
shit.
much where he's like, and if I
Oh my god. The ending about the abortion.
Yeah, if I knew
Holy
your mama
shit.
would never let you keep it, I wouldn't have told my guys, would have kept that news a secret.
Yeah, no.
Oh my
Yeah, that
God.
shit was crazy.
It's so sad, 'cause the
bro,
story
it was
is
like a
literally-
therapy session.
Yeah, the story, it's literally just like, he has this teenage love when he's 15, he says. She gets pregnant, and she says it's from another man, but later tells him
It was
that it wasn't, and he was getting ready to be a father, thinking that it was a great thing, but the girl's mother was not gonna let her have the baby, and she was gonna get an abortion because it would have ruined her life. And then there's a whole like vocal outro, just like of spoken word, which I actually listen to every time I listen to the song because it builds onto the story. Of just I don't know who it is saying it, but just talking about like how it sucks if like you don't really have a choice if you want a child, but sometimes you really just don't have a choice. You can't afford to have a kid, and you just like it would ruin your life to have the kid.
Yeah. It just affects everyone in the situation.
Like it was like, oh, she would have gone to college and her parents wouldn't have paid for shit. She would have gotten a scholarship. And then ends with, but her parents don't know she been fucking. That's how it cuts. That's one of the biggest peaks. Honestly, I mean, we could just move on from that. We already gave our thoughts. What is the best song in the album in most people's opinions, and in mine, and won 2 Grammys itself, Scientists and Engineers with Andre 3000 and Future. Holy shit.
and Aaron Allen.
bro.
And Aaron
Andre
Allen Kane.
3000's
And Aaron Allen Kane.
flows.
The intro, oh my god.
The intro is so good. It's like the best part of the
Oh
song.
my god. I don't even have a favorite part because every time it changes, it's so good.
Yeah, it all
Like,
feels like different
Andre
songs. almost.
3000's
It does.
part is pretty unbeatable.
His flow is
Bro, the Oblivion shit.
oh my god. Yeah, Theon Neon, be honest, you promised that you would live. Even if I'm
Okay.
reading the lyrics, I can't keep up with that shit.
It's so tough.
Do summers ever forget?
Future
Pajamas feel like
actually
a
went
kid.
crazy on this
Oh
song.
my god. Future did the definition of floating because those strings are so like calm, and Future encapsulated it perfectly with the whole like diamond shaped like a teardrop. I got the streets in a headlock. It's so good.
so
And then the transition
I got you
using
manslaughter.
that little like Aaron Allen Kane refrain that she keeps doing, the I'ma live forever, and then it cuts into Killer Mike just going crazy for the rest of the song.
Yeah.
It was so good.
And also Future doing the intro and outro segments that are the same
Bro,
thing.
it was the fucking robbers and looters with shooters and shooters with roof. Oh my god!
And my tutors taught me a terrible miracle. You could lie, cheat, and still kill in America. Be celebrated like Captain America. Fuck it, I'm with it. Let's get it. It's so
Yeah,
good.
it was so
It's
good.
so good.
Because it's like what Ethan said. It sounds like 3 different songs, and they all deliver such different sounds, and they do it perfectly.
He snapped. Everyone
It's
snapped on this.
crazy. And, of course, also Aaron Allen Kane also snapped.
Oh
was
my
the
god.
was the glue that kept it together as one song, actually.
Everyone
I would
went
say.
crazy.
Oh my
There
god.
wasn't a bad part of this song.
No, there really wasn't. Like, that's a song. I lose respect for you if you skip it partway through, unless you've like just listened to it like 3 times.
And you gotta get used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So good.
Now everything is. I mean, I wouldn't say it's downhill from here. It technically is, but like
It's
that's
not the
because-
same quality.
that's because Scientists and Engineers is, in my opinion, I don't know how you two specifically feel about it, but in my opinion, probably a top 10 song of 2023. So
I think
like,
it righteously got number
Yeah,
1.
I think it
oh
deserved
yeah, it
rap song of the
definitely
year.
deserved both of its Grammys. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think
Yeah.
I literally wrote there's a reason it won.
Oh my god, yeah. It's just so, everything.
It's so good.
The like I wouldn't say juxtaposition, but just like the difference, the sheer difference between the 2 instrumentals, where it's just like that heavy synth sound, and then the very like relaxing and like floaty strings.
Mm-hmm.
And even when that beat switches in Killer Mike's verse, and you get to the back of the club, the immaculate thug with bottles of bub and some asses to rub. Look at me, bitch. Look at me, bitch. Like,
Look at the crook at me, bitch.
look at me, hit you with crookedy. Now I got you walking crookedly. They should be booking me. They should be booking
It's
me.
so
Yeah, but they
good.
don't. It's so good. That's a huge example of what I was saying at the beginning, where it's Killer Mike has a mastered flow.
Yeah.
He just knows how to do that shit. And obviously, you could 100% say the same for Andre 3000. I would argue Andre 3000's
my
flow is
God.
even more impressive.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, oh my
There-
god.
like I said, there was a reason that won.
Yes,
2
100%.
There's a reason he
100%.
came out of rap retirement. for
So
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is something that I'm gonna say. I'm gonna look into the camera for this for all of you who are like, who the fuck is Killer Mike? Killer Mike is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Killer Mike dropped one of the best albums of 2023, one of the best songs of 2023, and even if you're like me and you think Utopia deserved that Grammy, he deserved those other 2. So fuck
Yeah.
off and get off his dick.
Looking at the songs, cause like what else was up for best song of the year?
I don't remember which ones were performance and which ones were song, but it was up against like Players by Coi Leray, which honestly I couldn't be too mad at winning. That song's a banger. It lost. It beat Rich Flex, which would have made sense, I guess.
Yeah.
The Hillbillies was nominated for performance, which it's
But
obviously
yeah, I
better
think it was
than.
probably the best song on that list.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Like you can
100%.
debate all you want about Utopia versus Michael, but
Yeah.
like there was no competition. For
Michael
best song.
is winning best rap song. Well, in my eyes, unless my eyes is up against it.
Yeah.
I didn't even do that on purpose. No, Scientists and Engineers is beating probably more than half of Utopia for me. Anyway, so
It's,
if
like as a project.
no, as a project, no.
project, I can understand people being like, "Yeah, Utopia deserves it," and I agree. Like I
Yeah,
said earlier.
the problem
but Scientists
though
and
is,
Engineers deserves that Grammy.
Yeah, my issue with it is that Scientists and Engineers deserved both of those Grammys, and people are getting mad at all of them when they should only really be mad about Utopia. They're also
Yeah.
mad about who the fuck is Killer Mike. How about you listen to the album and find out? It's not
That's
like
fair.
I'm.
It's fair.
My opinion on the Grammy is I think Utopia should have won. It's a little extra annoying just because Travis hasn't won a Grammy yet, although he's definitely deserved one at this point.
They slept
However,
on him 10 times.
I can't be too mad at Killer Mike winning because it's not like he didn't drop an amazing album.
Yeah.
You know? We can move on to 2 Days Now by Ty Dolla $ign. I do better when
Bro, the
Fuck
harmonizing.
the pen.
I'm gonna be
Yep.
real. The harmonizing from Ty Dolla $ign probably the best part of the song for me, and the piano.
I would argue the best part is the electric guitar.
I would argue the best part is that they actually made it in 2 days.
Yeah, that is pretty
That's fair.
impressive. It's
Thanks, bro.
That is pretty
That's
impressive.
not easy. That's not an easy feat to do, my brother. 2 days
Especially
is
for
not a lot of time.
for such a heavily produced sound, it's very impressive.
He's got
I-
his fucking engineers doing like Mappa work back there.
Yeah, actually. No, I don't have a ton to say about this. I mean, it's another just good song on the album. Killer Mike has nice flows. The production is actually not very gospel sounding until Ty Dolla $ign's vocals come in, and Ty Dolla $ign just does his fucking thing. Ty Dolla $ign is just in his element, and it just works.
Oh my god, dude. Even it reminds me because we talked about Vultures, dude. His harmonizing is addictive.
I would argue, I don't know if this is a bad take or not, but I think Ty Dolla $ign's performances on both of the songs on Michael are better than his performances on pretty much all of Vultures. Most of, if not all of. I feel like a lot of the notable points on Vultures are more so because of Kanye than Ty Dolla $ign, except for Paid. Paid was kind of carried by Ty Dolla $ign, but, you know.
Okay. Anyways,
So we keep
spaceship
moving?
views.
I really like
Spaceship
Currency on
views.
the song.
Yeah, me too. I think everything just works really well on Spaceship Views. It just like meshes together really well.
I didn't like the like hash page ad libs during Killer Mike's verse. It felt out of place.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
But fucking 2 Chainz went crazy.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
2 Chainz' verse was actually really
Right?
it was strong.
It was valid, dude.
Yeah, it was
2
it was
Chainz
good.
was a monster.
Actually.
I don't know, I was shocked. I saw Currency on the list, and I was like, I wonder what he's gonna do in the song. And then he had the intro, and it kind of went all right.
Yeah, it worked. It worked really well. Exit 9 might crack top 5 for me. I just really like Blast's hook. I just
Blast
think it's
carried,
really
I'll
catchy.
be real.
Honestly, I can't be mad, but I like Killer Mike's. I like Killer Mike's flow, like at the beginning, with my 69.5 bird from the curb or whatever, however it goes.
I think
it
that's
works
exactly how it goes.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah,
Nice.
pretty sure.
And Blast, I definitely the biggest highlight of the song for sure. Blast.
I think
did
I've
his
ever
thing.
listened
I just
to
like
any
Blast's
Blast.
voice. Blast's voice is really nice. Like I haven't listened to a
Yeah.
ton of him either, but what I've heard, I've liked a lot of. Like his feature on Mr. Morale was pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't he on?
Did he have a feature on Mr. Morale?
Yeah,
wasn't
Die
he on-
Hard.
yeah,
I hope
Die Hard.
I'm not too late
Oh,
to set my demons straight. That was Blast. He also so Tyga and YG had a collab mixtape in 2023, and one of the singles was called West Coast Weekend that had a hook by Blast, and it carried the song. It was so good.
Yeah, no, Blast low key carried on the song.
Yeah, Blast. He also has a song with Tyga and Ty Dolla $ign actually called Chosen. Very good. Yeah, I like that a lot. But
This
yeah,
felt
Blast,
like some,
Blast
like,
really did his thing.
This felt like some fucking shit you'd hear in like a fucking Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah, kind of.
It was good. I felt like I enjoyed Killer Mike's verse, but it felt like something that was already like I had already heard on the album.
It wasn't anything super special.
It felt like, oh, I already listened to this like a few tracks back.
Blast
Wait,
made
are we
that
still talking about
song
Exit
super
9?
different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay, Something for Junkies.
This is the
I
only
liked
song
it a
that I
lot.
don't have liked on this album.
Really?
I liked it a lot, actually. I
Off
don't know.
rip, I didn't like it.
I think I like Something for Junkies more so for its storytelling and messaging
Yeah.
than its sound. It doesn't sound bad, but it's not like in terms of just
I
how
don't like the
pleasurable it is
sound.
to listen to. I would
You wanna know what I'm gonna
take a 2 days over what's it called? Something for Junkies.
You want to know what I'm going to say? Matt doesn't like it because it's 4 minutes 40. I don't think it needs to be that long.
Yeah,
It does not
like,
need to be that long. That's
I did
definitely
like
true.
most of it.
I don't like how it sounds. Like I like when I'm listening to it, I'm recognizing that he's saying like impactful shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not presented in an interesting way to me.
That's
it doesn't
how
keep
I
me
feel.
entertained.
That's how I feel in ways that get me a lot of hate for my rankings of artists like Danny Brown sometimes. I really do respect and appreciate a lot of what he says, but half, like, on the album that he dropped last year, the solo album that he did, half of it I just really didn't like the sound of it, and that was all there was to
Yeah,
it. Even if
that
it was,
was
even
that
if
was
it
this
was,
song for me.
yeah, even if it was experimental, it just didn't work for me. That's the same thing with Pink Tape. The whole album was experimental, and just so happens that 21 out of the 24 songs were bad. Yeah, I don't have much else to say for it. I just think it's a cool song. It's a good, nice, like, cool messaging, and it's not incredibly notable. I'm also speeding my way on so we can move on to another one of my favorite songs of
Oh my
2023.
god.
Motherless, again with Aaron Allen Kane, the GOAT vocalist of this album. Oh my god.
So much
This is,
vulnerability.
in my opinion, the best emotional, true story telling song of the year. The only things that come close are stuff like Shed Tears. I also really like Greatness by Quavo, but I don't think it's on the same level. Even though, I mean, Greatness by Quavo. We don't have to talk about that right now, but I love that song. Anyway,
No,
Motherless.
it's definitely not. You can't compare these two
No,
songs.
no, they're not similar.
Motherless
at
is
all.
insane.
Yeah, no, Motherless is amazing. Just like the fact that it's just like something that happened a few years ago that he just hasn't, like, in terms of his music at least,
it's
come to
another
terms
sense
with.
of like a therapy session.
Yeah, exactly. And he just comes in just bluntly saying, "My mama dead, my grandmama dead." It's just so, like, you're saying that like it's nothing, kind of, you know? And it just like really, it sets the mood of, like, almost like some, like, sense of, like, jadedness. Until it progresses, and then by the next hook and the next hook after that, you can hear, like, his voice kind of breaking up, like tears in his eyes while he's rapping at certain points, like a hole in my heart, but I want to call the Lord and I don't know where to start. You can hear it in his voice, like the turmoil, for lack of a better word. It's just like, oh my god, it's so emotional, it's so sad, and as Ethan said, that's just something that we all appreciate in a song.
You know, I think the last line of the last verse right before the outro, where he says, "No matter what, I'm numb as fuck because I'm still motherless," and then it just like pauses for a second, was like crazy. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then right there it just cuts to him going back to my mama dead, my grandmama dead. And then he starts like mumbling it almost like my mama dead, my grandmama dead. It's so impactful. Oh my god, it's And the whole story where it's like his grandma raised him because his mom had him when, I think he said when she was 18.
I don't know if he says an exact age. I thought
He might have just said teen. I'm not sure, but young. So she couldn't really raise him. So the grandma was raising him. So it felt almost like his mother died when his grandma died, and then it was the mom talking about like it's selfish to act like you can grieve her more than I can, and then it's the mom teaching Killer Mike that he will lose her at some point in his life, and then it's just him talking about it happening. Oh, it's just everything about this song is beautiful.
Yeah, just black boy born to a teen mama is the exact lyric.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and like, it's relatable in a sense because it's something everyone's gonna go through at some point.
Yeah, it's
like the
it's
fear
definitely
of losing a loved one.
Yep.
Is a scary thought because it's like
100%.
Because like you think like what are you gonna do after that? How will you continue on after that?
Yeah,
and the way he presents like his thoughts on it and his experiences, especially how Ethan was saying like the I'm numb part, and it's just like you're never gonna really get over it.
But 100%. Yeah,
it's just the way he presents such a like emotional, vulnerable experience is so beautiful, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more with that. And again, Aaron Allen Kane.
Oh my god.
Sometimes I feel motherless.
She's going crazy.
Also, her just like with whatever the hell probably improvised shit that she was doing at the end.
Oh, with the sweet.
Yeah. And then it ends with her saying Killer Mike's mom's name and then Sweet Mama, and then it ends.
Yeah.
She goes, Denise. And then it just ends. It's so
so good.
Shit. Anyway, we can move on to Don't Let the Devil. We got the Run the Jewels collab. We got LP on the
Oh
track.
my god.
I mean, this
The
is
beat?
not this is not similar vibe wise at all. This is literally just a Run the Jewels song, and it is so fucking good. It's so good.
The beat is so tough.
Yeah, and they just LP starts off, right? LP goes first, I believe.
Um,
And I
does
think, and
he?
they're just like going crazy.
I thought
LP
Killer
goes
Mike
second.
started.
Killer Mike starts
yeah,
the
yeah,
song.
maybe I'm tripping. But either way, the beat is just like perfect for them to just like, for lack of a better word, just spit.
Yeah.
and they just do it the entire song.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say, to be honest. It's
There is
just like
nothing else
so
to say.
tough.
it's just like a really strong rap song.
Yeah.
And that's all that's all there really is to be said.
Yeah. I agree. Not
And
High
we
and
got
Holy.
High
Oh
and
my
Holy,
God.
the outro. I don't personally like it as much as the other Ty Dolla $ign song. I don't like it as much as 2 Days.
I think it was an enjoyable
But-
way to wrap things up.
Yeah, it was a good outro.
And it
And honestly,
brought back-
Killer Mike singing isn't that bad. It's not
It
terrible.
brought back those connections to church, to gospel music,
Yep.
to God,
Yep.
and it did it pretty well to wrap things up.
Yeah, I agree.
Overall, yeah, pretty good album.
Yeah.
Very good
100%.
album.
I have a question. Did either of you listen to any of the deluxe? Just out of
I did. I
curiosity.
listened to the
I
whole
I
thing.
did not.
Okay. What were your thoughts on those tracks? Just for the sake
I
of
liked I liked all four.
Yeah, I liked
Maynard
all four of
Vignette
them
is
as
the
well.
best out of the four. Let's be
Maynard
honest.
and Vignette is honestly, it's probably my second favorite. I really like
The
Yes.
deluxe has.
I think
Yes on
Act
it,
Up is
right?
okay.
Yeah. Oh, you've
Yeah.
heard Yes before, right, Matt?
Yeah,
Yes is a really good song.
because I also, when I was like starting the album, I got like that same day, I got the Yes, like I think it was Yes, the Yes music video in my like
Yeah.
YouTube recommended.
Yeah. Yes. The just the sample of the choir shouting Yes. It's just it's so good. But Maynard Vignette is also amazing. Get Some Money is also pretty good, and the Young Nudie song works somehow.
Yeah, it works, but it's alright. It's nothing special.
No, it's nothing special. I'm just surprised that it worked.
No, Maynard Vignette was very good. I
Yeah,
love
I
JID.
agree. Yeah,
Biggest JID.
Jid is so fucking good. I guess that's all I guess we really have to say about our
Yeah, I think that's
about our
everything.
weekly
good.
album. So we'll be telling you guys next week what album we'll be covering in a similar way. Since as of the day of recording, not only did Vultures come out, it is the 20th anniversary of The College Dropout by Kanye West. So you're going to be
Indeed.
listening to The College Dropout by Kanye West. So if any of you want to be in the loop with us for the next episode next week, listen to The College Dropout at some point.
I don't
And then
even
you
think
can-
I gotta listen to
You know,
it.
I don't
could be a
got
part
it,
of the
dude.
discussion.
I did this like a few
know
months
every
ago.
single
I
song.
I got it locked down.
This is
I'm
a crazy
definitely-
thing to say.
I'm definitely going to go through it a couple times.
Yeah, I'll go through it, but Kanye has been my number one artist for the last 3 years since I started doing rap, I think, or maybe 2, whenever I started getting my raps. And
You're like your most listened to artist?
yes, by minutes.
Yeah.
And the one, oh my god, it's been every year, which is wild.
And
But,
it
like, all the old
minutes
songs
keep
are-
building up.
Yeah, all
For
the
me,
old
my
songs
most listened
are
to
just so
artist-
nostalgic.
My most listened to artist almost always and entirely depends on which
Favorite
one of
album.
my favorite artists came out with new music that year.
That makes sense. I just
Yeah.
have like every single Kanye song from like College Dropout, Graduation,
Yeah.
Late
Like-
Registration.
Yeah, like
Uh,
my two most listened to artists in 2023 were Travis Scott, obviously, and Lil Yachty. So yeah,
I don't remember who mine were.
I think
I
mine
had-
was
Travis
Kendrick.
was in there.
I had every Travis album except for Huncho Jack in my top 15 most played
Hold
albums, and
on.
Huncho Jack probably wasn't far outside of that range.
I know I have mine. I'm about to check.
I mean,
do
we
too, but-
if we want to, I mean, we've been going for a while, but we
We
could
did
we
say
could do our
last
we could
week
do our
that
raps
we were
and
gonna,
replays.
we were gonna do
Do-
our raps for
Oh, I
the
forgot
last 2
about
years.
Do you want to do
we
that next episode?
next time.
Yeah,
We
we'll
can
save
do that
that.
next episode.
We'll save
And
that.
we're,
So
we're an hour 45 in. I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been-
we have
it's
been
been a
recording
lot.
for a while. So I guess that's it for episode 2 of Set
Tune
the
back.
Bars.
Tune back in.
Had-
for
had,
the
had a
College
lot of
Dropout.
good interesting
100%.
discussions.
Yeah. Also, stop shitting on Killer Mike. I'll come for you personally. Stop it.
Stop it right now. All right.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to follow all our socials. They'll be linked in the description of this video. If you guys are interested and to follow us and you're listening on Spotify, I believe we have our link on the podcast page. If not, just go to linktree.com/setthebars and you'll find all our links there. It's in our Instagram, our Twitter, our YouTube page, everything. But yeah, make sure to tune in to next video. And we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching and or listening.
Peace.
Peace.